Hello, creatures. So, today is gonna be a little bit different. I've been guided to just kind of talk about something and some of my experiences. So, I do want to preference that this is um, just a personal testimony, not even a testimony, just like a personal experience and thought process. This is not, I'm not like saying that these are the rules and this is how everything has to be, but I really wanted to get on and talk about witchcraft and witchcraft in the modern world. So, it's a really vague term, witchcraft, for a lot of people, because there are many different types of witches. And that's just kind of evolved with time. That's not how it's always been throughout history. So that's something important to remember. I think what classifies a witch to me the most is somebody who studies witchcraft. And I mean really studies, reads books, takes classes, informs themselves as much as possible. For example, I have some issues with like the way pop culture and witches have become trendy in social media. There's just something that doesn't sit well with me about it. And yes, there's a couple things that I've just been noticing a lot of people doing lately that just don't feel comfortable for me. And I just kind of wanted to put it out there because I'm sure there are other people feeling the same way as me, and I don't know, the internet's like an echo chamber. So, the issues of white sage and Palo Santo. Those are culturally appropriated herbs because of the fact that those cultures need them for their spiritual practice, and the consumerism and the commodityism of those herbs has made them hard to obtain and has made them, it's just hurting the environment, it's hurting the culture that they're coming from, it's hurting the people that are maintaining the crops and the plants. And Palo Santo is a sacred tree from Peru that is endangered and still being sold on shelves in, like Halloween stores. I saw huge white sage bundles showing up at like Spirit Halloween, and that kind of thing is just not okay. It's just not. Not for me, and not for a lot of people I have discussed this with. And there are some other things like copal resin that just, they're used heavily in other cultures and other traditions, and that needs to be recognized and respected. And just because something is being sold to you in a witch shop does not mean that it is for you. So, I think it's really important. That's like why I think education and study is the biggest part of witchcraft. Because that's all through ancient time, forever, that's all witches have ever been doing is studying. Studying the earth, studying the stars, studying the way things move and flow and feel and look and work together. And how we can work within that, how we can manipulate that, how we can change that. So, it's important to know the tools that you're using and where they're coming from and what cultures they come from. So, because yeah, witchcraft, especially like with the coming newness of like white witchcraft and green witch, and like they separate them into all those different categories. Um, White witches are people that use a little bit of everything, and I do consider myself a white witch because I do consider many different areas of working to create and to do magic. But I am very aware. I try to stay as aware as possible of where the things I'm working with are coming from, how they're obtained. Are they using like child labor? That's a big thing in the crystal industry, is to pay attention to where these things are being mined, how they're being mined, and so forth. So, yes, being aware of what you're using and what you're talking about. Another thing is that I've experienced that has not sat well with me, is the behavior of other witches towards other witches. There's gatekeeping that happens. I really don't like the term witchy. I'm not going to stop people from using it. I'm not going to get mad or get upset about it. It is what it is. It's already happened. There's nothing I can do about it. But there's something about that term that just doesn't sit well with me. It cutifies witchcraft, and it puts this like cuteness on it that makes it sellable and makes it a commodity and makes the whole spiritual, it's a religion. Witchcraft is a tool to practice within your religion. So there are Christian witches, there are pagan witches, there are all kinds of witches, but the term witchy just makes it, it downplays the whole thing, and it removes all the value from it, and that kind of... And that kind of just doesn't sit well with me. But the way witches treat other witches. I have a really great example of somebody that just forever will sit with me as a lesson for myself of how to not behave. Sometimes people come in and teach us what not to do, right? So I had met this person, and then they started to come to me for advice on astrology, for readings. We had attended like 2 workshops together of a mutual friend of ours who was hosting the workshop, and we began to hang out, and I showed him all of the people I follow, all of my inspirations, and then he took them on and they became his inspirations too, which is fine, that's great. But then he proceeded to get creepy in like really inappropriate ways towards my significant other, my partner, and I. And honestly, it was quite insulting to me and my partner, so I had backed off from the friendship and said, I'm sorry, this just isn't appropriate for me anymore. I was kind about it. It wasn't aggressive, which is a big deal for me because sometimes I can get aggressive. But then he proceeded to, after the whole thing, let his ego kind of take control, and he started harassing me on the internet, and he would post things about me in his story that other people, because I had blocked him and stopped following him because it got weird, and he was still posting about me, and other people would send me screenshots and such, and he mocked me for not spelling magic with a K. And I just want to really just preface and just put this out there. It doesn't matter how you spell the word magic. Spelling the word magic with a K doesn't make you any more of a witch than anyone else. it was so petty, and I see this happen. I see this pettiness happen within the spiritual community a lot, especially online. And I just really don't like it. I don't care to be a part of the witch community online because there's a lot of gatekeeping and there's a lot of bullying and there's a lot of like ego in it. Like everybody wants to be like the coolest, best witch, and I really just think it comes down to just being you. You just practice witchcraft. You don't have to make witchcraft your entire identity. It can be encompassing and it can be exciting, and you're allowed to express yourself and celebrate your spirituality, but it doesn't need to be something that you like let your ego build and you let your ego drive, right? So another thing that I just wanted to touch on quickly before this gets too terribly long is spell work online and photographing in-progress spells. So there's a huge difference between sharing pictures of your altar and sharing pictures of your space and telling people recipes and sharing information of how to do things, when to do things, that kind of thing is 1000% appropriate. However, if you're filming yourself doing a spell or a ritual for yourself or for a client or potentially, this is my newest familiar, he's a little cutie, but he loves my jewelry. I don't recommend putting in progress spell work and videos and images of you casting spells online. I really want to stress that because I'm seeing it a lot, especially with the next generation getting into witchcraft. There's a lot of it online, and it's just it's dangerous, to be quite honest. Other people, now you have taken images of your portal and your space of you practicing, and you put it on a platform where thousands, if not millions of people, that many people might not see it, but there's potential for it. And the people that do see it can alter it, can change it, and they're going to, muddy the energy and add their energy to your energy, and it will result in your spell not performing correctly or at its best. So your practice is sacred. Your practice is for you. There is a reason that for thousands of years we have practiced in silent and we have practiced in secret. I personally do not share what deities or who or with whom I'm working with because they don't want me to share it. So I don't tell a lot of people who I work with and when I'm working. And you don't have to be that private, but I do think that there's just certain things that are meant for you and not meant to be on social media. You don't have to show us every time you do a spell. It's okay. We know you're a witch because you tell us. You don't have to prove it to anybody. So I just wanted to put some of this out there. There's just a lot of things with modern day witchcraft and with witchcraft being very trendy that I just have a lot of thoughts and feelings on, and I just wanted to put them out there. So don't bully other people about their practice, please. Because when that happened to me, it was put a really huge distaste in my mouth. I will probably never spell the word magic with a K on it ever again, simply because of that. Out of stubbornness, really. But I don't want that kind of thing to happen to somebody else in a bigger way. And it's inappropriate. And of course, this person, all of the influences that I showed him, all of the lessons I gave him, he's now boasting about and acts like, yeah, he acts like it was all him, and it wasn't. And that's a huge thing, is that we should be honoring where our knowledge comes from. Always. I have multiple mentors, and they are amazing, amazing people, and I have gone to many workshops and classes, and I will always quote and give credit to the people that deserve it from me. Because this is a community and we should be sharing. It's not who knows most, right? So just keep these things in mind as you're navigating the online witch community, that there is a lot of ego involved for a lot of people. You don't have to, I'm wearing black, but so for work, I can only wear black and white. So it's, honestly, I'm a pretty colorful person, but the black and white has taken over my wardrobe. So let me just preface that before I say this. But you don't have to have purple and black hair and have long pointy nails, like claws, and wear all black flowy shit and a bunch of crystals to be a witch. You can be a witch and dress preppy. You can be a witch and dress really regular. You can do whatever you want. So, I just want the entire witch community to know that I am here for you to, sorry, they love their cars in California, man. So I'm here for the entire witch community to give knowledge and understanding and support. So if you have any questions or you're just curious about things, let me know. I will answer any questions. I'm not going to charge you for that. I'm not going to put you down for having questions. I'm not going to insult you. I'm just going to be supportive. So I just wanted to let everybody know that I'm here for them, and I love you all so very much. And anybody can be a witch, but not everybody sticks with it, and not everybody does the actual work to be a witch. So, just keep that in mind, and if somebody bullies you for any bit of it, block them, disregard them. It's done. Yeah. So, have a beautiful day. I hope this helps somebody out there. I love you all so much.